All right, so we're starting off on the ARC train run. This one, I advise doing with a friend if you can, just because the last section can be a little tough by yourself. But right now, we're just going to be shooting out these train cars, clearing doors as they are obstacles. Just make sure we keep up with the train as best we can. This is not my best run, but we should be fine on time and not experience the long delay of the golem section. Looks like we might end up hitting the golem, unfortunately. Yep. So this section of the map is a little tough because you only get a limited amount of time to shoot the car. I'm going to have to wait around the bend. Could have got maybe 1 or 2 hits there, but not going to clear a full train car on this section. It's fine though. The next area you do get a lot of shoot time, but again, this golem area is pretty lackluster for the amount of shoot time that you get on the objective. Getting a lot of lag here. I'm going to go ahead and hit C, clear this out. Try to bypass these Morellatops, get caught back up to the train. So C allows you to clear all the Morellatops. I wasn't going to shoot my way out of that with how hung up I was, and now I got plenty of time to finish it. So bad time in regards to the first stage, but you know, we made it. We got enough time. So even though you saw a reload animation, you'll notice that my gun was 3 out of 10. I like to clear that first guy, go right for the sword, as the sword is the great equalizer in this section. I was hoping for a shield as it lets you speed up how fast you clear this area, but we are going to deal with it. Alright, so I'm going first person because I want to clear that plant. Alright, so back to getting loot. I really want to get a helmet, but priority number 1 would definitely be a shield. We got a shield, so now we can rush all the plants, and it's going to save us a lot of time, especially when we want to loot these different boxes for heals and guns. This one's pretty straightforward. Swing, shoot. Swing, shield, and block them as they shoot down on me. So far, making okay time. Got a helmet there. Happy about that. It's not flak, but it'll help out, especially for RGs that can one-tap you in the head if you do not have a shield. So you'll notice there I did use those different shooters as cover from the Plant Species X, which you can do just to help you out as you go through the section. So this first plant, you have to clear, but I am going to ignore the one on the roof straight ahead and go for these dudes. If you have more than one player, you can divvy up the armor. Just getting all the weapons I can. making okay time. I'm gonna go ahead and go for these two health brews, just because I don't think I have time to get the ones inside. So what we're gonna do is just run through this last section, and all we have to do is hit the train entrance. There are 3 med brews in there though, so if you do have the time, you can go through there. And I fault that to me not getting a shield early, just because it does speed up your flow through the train so much. So you'll notice I didn't load any of my guns. You have plenty of time to load them on this section of the board. But this is the RNG part of it, and this is why I normally advise running it with a friend. You could do like a long neck by yourself, but there are times where you're going to have a lot of phoenixes spawn, and they're just a very tanky unit to deal with on your own. So this area is very easy. There are no phoenixes that spawn in this first section. But you will notice in the second section you can encounter phoenixes. And I usually like to fight them with a shotgun up close. Try to weaken them so that you can kill them with a 2-tap. But this second section, if you do get overwhelmed by phoenixes, just keep in mind it's a limited amount of time that the train will be stopped. In the last area where you are fighting the boss, though, unfortunately, you have to clear all those targets, as they will continue to harass you while you target the explosives. For this one, if it's just RGs, I should be fine. But there's my first Phoenix. And at this stage, I'm probably going to just try to avoid as much damage as I can. So it took a beating there. I'm going to go ahead and reload as much as I can for this last area. So I do like the pistol for this last area. You can use obviously the long neck. The reason why I like the pistol is you're going to weaken your targets and you keep your power guns for when you get overwhelmed. So we got a moth coming in fast. So far, so good. So you can see there, 3 shots, unfortunately. So as you can see, you don't really need the long neck shot on the RGs. It's nice, but you can save it and use the pistol for this situation. And I find a lot more success using the pistol for the RGs and making sure you're hitting headshots. And in this case, you know, I have one last dynamite left. so I'm just going to prioritize finishing it up. You can get hit by these death worms at the very end, so just be very careful that you are avoiding them after you have successfully beaten the boss. But there you have it. That is a beaten Alpha Train, and just cashed in 10,000 credits.